Guys, what's up? I'm so sorry. You guys will not believe the best day I just had. Went to the Stephen Michael Cruzado Celebrity Golf Tournament. Such a good time. Met Tuco from Breaking Bad. Guys, Tuco from Breaking Bad. Guys, another person I met. Boom, boom, boom. Come on. The preacher's daughter, Holly Holm, guys. She was there. Got to shake her hand. Guys, I'm not the only one taking this too seriously. Come on. I'm not the only one overreacting, am I?
You are. You are, Steven.
Okay. Well, where are my clothes? Let's just get started then. Where are my clothes?
Get them. They're out back.
From the 519 studio in beautiful downtown Albuquerque, it's Pick Up New Mexico. This week's guest, Beck Touchin. Musical guest, G Precious. And here's our host, Isiah Yazzie.
4. That's my golf game. Oh. We'll take this off before I tell some jokes. David, how are you doing, David? I haven't seen you in 2 weeks.
Doing pretty good. Enjoying this fall weather, the cooler temperatures.
Yeah, it's
Love it.
Fall. You got a snuggle buddy for you for the fall?
No, but I did say last time I got a cornucopia. Enjoying that.
That's putting you to sleep easily, huh?
Fruit of the loom.
A native with a cornucopia sleeping. We'll be out in seconds. Anyway, let's get to some news. Here in Albuquerque, Crime Stoppers here in Albuquerque, you can now text them to report a crime. Yeah, the weird thing is Chief Harold Medina texts you back saying, you only complain and offer no solutions. Earlier this week, wait. Is Joe Biden still president?
Yeah, till January 20th.
Okay. I was wondering. I felt bad. I felt like we all forgot about him like cousins on our dad's side. I don't even know their names, David.
Yep, no comment.
You got relatives all over. You're Navajo and Zuni.
All over the Cibola National Forest.
Damn. You own that place. You pretty much own it. Heck yeah. McCall's Pumpkin Patch is opening their farm Halloween attraction today. Rumor has it halfway through you get chased by a monster called the Diddler.
Oh my.
Yeah. Good news is you never get caught because you're covered in baby oil. The company of Schwann's company is going out of business. It's shutting down. And so millennials are mourning the loss of their food delivery service. Yeah, food delivery service.
If you think about it, Schwann's is kind of just like DoorDash, but for latchkey kids.
Those latchkey. David, were you a latchkey kid?
Again, no comment. I watched a lot of reruns, that's all I'll say.
That's all you'll say, a lot of reruns. New Mexico is changing the way child support can be paid. They're launching a new app called Point and Pay. Yeah, it's a no-fee online phone payment service. Yeah. It's crazy, huh, David? Isn't that?
Yeah. I was wondering, can you use Cash App card?
No, David, no, you cannot. Not even use it. What about a Chime? You're probably gonna ask if you can use a Chime card, right?
I was gonna ask if you could use Chime card.
No, you can't use a Chime card, David. Let me see. Donald Trump just recently vowed to save vaping. He recently typed on Truth Social, "I'll save vaping again." Yeah. Jewel responded. Jewel, Juul, responded, "You were meant for me." Let's see what else is happening, David. There's a new cookbook coming out called the Modern Navajo Cookbook. We actually got like a nice inside scoop before it was actually supposed to be released. And they asked us to send some recipes that we came up with. They all got denied, but what did you submit? What's the first one you submitted?
I submitted a classic, Navajo dish, Vienna sausage and Donald Duck juice.
Man, that is a staple. That's a staple. I remember growing up, that's how I got all these muscles, David. Vienna sausage and Donald Duck orange juice. The recipe I offered was Kool-Aid Piccadilly. Yeah, didn't get that. What's the other one you offered?
A Salisbury steak TV dinner, but it's still frozen in the middle.
So that's how these enamel are strong. You know what the last one I offered? A 40. Yeah. With that, we'll have a great show. We'll be right back after these commercials. Don't go away. Welcome back to Pick Up New Mexico. I'm excited to welcome our next guest. She is the Tribal Outreach Lead for the state of New Mexico. Please welcome Beck Touchin. Hello, good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yes, of course. It is good to see you. Thank you for being here in the studio and with Pick Up New Mexico. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Traveling the state, getting out there and doing what I do.
Yeah. So you're getting out in the state. What is it that you do?
I am the lead tribal organizer for the Democratic Party of New Mexico. I cover all of the states, the tribes, all 23 tribes in New Mexico.
Oh, wow. So you're pretty much a politician in your own sense in traveling all over. I know that like Gabe Vasquez, for example, has a huge district where he can be in southern New Mexico and then all the way near Gallup. But it seems like you're traveling all over the place as well. So I feel like the state should give you a gas card for getting out and getting all these people registered, especially natives. I feel like natives are a hard-headed, stubborn. I'm talking from experience. And I feel like it's hard for them just to get out and get registered to vote. So how do you get them motivated? How do you get native people engaged and activated?
We talk mostly about what we have right now, which is our sovereign rights, and how valuable that is to ourselves, the land, the animals, the people, and the water. And so engaging what's important to them in the different parts of New Mexico, the different tribes, their different issues, and really educating yourself when you go out and advocate for them, or and try to change that mindset. A lot of tribes in New Mexico don't have general elections for their leadership. Okay, wow. So changing that mindset that you do have a voice through voting is something that we advocate as well.
Yeah, I know in the 2024 elections, young people are a huge demographic, and we can definitely switch who wins and who loses this election. And I know a big demographic of us kind of have the same issues, climate change, abortion rights, gun control. Do you advocate for those issues as well, or are you just mostly trying to get people registered for the Democratic Party?
No, we talk about those issues, especially gun control. You know, how us as indigenous people, we hunt.
Yeah.
And we're responsible hunters. Yeah. So really bringing that message across that you can carry a gun and we are responsible is kind of what people like to hear. Yeah. And so advocating for their rights as a hunter.
Exactly. I know, there's a lot of fear that goes around. I mean, I guess you can say both parties, but I see it in one side mostly this side, of just gun control and the idea of fear, and Democrats are going to go take your guns. But you're right, Democrats have guns. My grandma's a Democrat, and she has livestock that she needs to take care of from the big bad wolf or the big bad coyote that's out there. And so how do you bridge the gap? Like I said, I know that you're fighting for this very important issue that both sides seem to have their hard, stubborn opinion on. How do you bridge the gap between somebody who is a Democrat but also doesn't see, I guess, the idea of gun control? Do you bring different communities together? Do you bring them all together? Is it kind of like a town hall? How do you get points from both sides?
You create events. Normally when you're organizing, there's always that one person either at the feast that comes to your table and really expresses what is going on their tribe. Okay. And so we like to tap into those people because they know their community. And it's better to go into a community knowing that you're connected with someone that knows their community and utilize those people to bring the message across. Whatever, it can be gun control, it's land and water, mostly on our reservations. Okay. Also housing. Okay. There's different issues all across the board, whatever it may be, finding those individuals and utilizing those individuals rather than me coming in and nobody knows me, right? And trying to set, to set whatever atmosphere it is or whatever topic we're going to talk about. It can be anything really. Yeah,
and I know, like going off of the community events that you're talking and putting events, do you still do door-to-door knocking? I know every res from the Navajo Nation res up to Standing Rock res, up to Laguna, it kind of all looks the same. You can go to any res and every res kind of resembles another. So do you knock on doors? I know that houses are spread out. Do you walk? Do you knock on doors and actually canvas at the people's houses and everything?
Most of the tribes are willing to work with you with knocking doors. Some of them don't want you to knock doors because, unless you have their own people, right? Say, for instance, the Pueblo of Laguna. They have 6 villages. And they're pretty spread apart. It takes about 3 days to canvas Laguna. Oh, wow. Okay. But now the mindset has changed. So it's, because of COVID, we don't want people wandering around. So each village has a person, which is a town crier, that engages with community. And so we provide them with the information and then they go out and give the information to their people when they have village meetings or community events. Okay. And Navajo is also different. Everybody is different. Mescalero is different. The Apaches are different. The Pueblos are different. Navajo Nation, it's so big, right? Yeah. And there's people are over here, over there. Yeah. Right. And so then we tap into the radio stations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
To get the word out. And also interpretations in the language is important. Zuni has a radio station. Alamo has one, Navajo Nation, majority of Navajo Nation.
That's kind of how all communication is still communicated. And so when you talk about these, did you say town criers or town criers? Are they mostly the elders of the village, of the community? No, or are they younger people?
They're the younger people.
Okay.
So in that respect, when they're going up in the village in the different ranks. Okay. Yeah, you're a town crier. That's So town criers, there's a point in the village where they go to and they yell, whether there's going to be an event or someone has died, in preparations, and they yell out to the village in a certain parts of the village.
That's great. I know, like you said, the Navajo Nation is so spread out. It would be hard to have a town crier for a Navajo Nation town. But I bet you, when these young town criers, advocating for the elections and different community events, do the older elders in the community appreciate it? Because I know people that my grandparents weren't able to vote and stuff like that. So where have we come, where are we at in 2024 as Native people when it comes to politics, policy? Does our voice get heard? Because I know that's something that, like we were talking in the beginning, is a lot of kids feel like they're not heard. The economy isn't working for them. One thing that I know is like the Bodaway Gap, or the gap that happened on the Navajo Nation from like the 60s until 2009, where they couldn't build any infrastructure. Sorry, I totally went on a tangent there. But are the older people kind of teaching and also giving their appreciation to these young town criers from,
Yes, yes. We've come a long way. And then, being a young person, also gaining respect from those elders. Gaining that respect and being there for them as well in whatever they're advocating veterans' rights. We have a Navajo Nation is one of the largest nation that has a lot of veterans, advocating for those veterans and actually listening and then coming back with some type of solution. And then they're more willing, because you're out there in community, they're more willing to stand up for you.
Exactly. And again, I think every time I've participated or voted, my grandma has definitely been a huge part of it as kind of, I don't want to say a trend center, but somebody who's talking to me about the issues that have been around since she was a kid and how we're still facing them today. And here at Pick Up New Mexico, our goal is to get young people out to vote, to get them engaged in the process, feel like they have some say. But a lot of kids also don't think that their voices are heard. So here at Pick Up New Mexico, we've come up with like a few different ways that you can get Native people out to vote, whether it's people in their 60s all the way down to like a newborn baby's dad who's like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so here's the first event that I think you could get a lot of people out, Native people, to vote and to get registered is a cakewalk. You have a cakewalk, yep. A cakewalk.
Food is always good.
Food is always good for Natives. If you offer food, I'm pretty sure they'll submit their ballot, right? Maybe with the cakewalk, you put blue and red dots, or just all blue, whatever you want. And whenever you land on, you have to vote. So if you land on a blue dot, you have to vote blue. If you land on a red dot, actually that plan doesn't work. Boo that plan, David. Thank you. Okay. The next one we have here, I know this is a big one. We have a slow pitch softball tournament, right? Yeah, slow pitch is huge in the Native communities, right?
That's a good one.
A lot of, actually, I don't know, because I know that like when my aunt's a real bruiser. Like she grew up on the Navajo Res, 90s, but she takes softball way too seriously. So I feel like that might not be a good event, because if like she's a Democrat and there's a Republican and they're playing on different sides, benches are clearing, there's a brawl. Next one we were talking about is voting booths at like we were saying, it was super spread out. Voting booths at a Bash's market, like in the parking lot, you just put voting booths up, or the random speedway markets all spread out through the Navajo Nation, where they sell Spam burritos, they sell, jewelry. But if you put a voting booth there, people might stop, get a Spam burrito, and cast their ballot.
Right, and that's a good idea, because community is coming, right?
Yes.
And if you have a voting booth, it's convenient, even to register.
Exactly.
And those things can happen. They can happen.
Incentivizing.
And it's also building that relationship with your county clerks. You're building that relationship with the Secretary of State, Maggie Toulouse Oliver. We
both have those checked off.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And making those folks in these positions come and serve you.
Okay. And so right before we go, I know that you're part of Native Vote. You're getting the Native Vote out. Can we end by you looking in the camera right here and just giving a quick 30-second spiel on why our native population, the native youth, if you're not interested, why should they get interested? Why is the time now?
So the time now to vote is sovereignty. If you don't know what sovereignty is, ask your parents. We gain a lot to lose as Indigenous peoples at this time. So it's very important to vote for a candidate, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, because they are, they have a history of actually advocating for sovereignty, for culture and language revitalization, and also investing in us.
Okay.
And we gain to lose our comfort zone, you know, our right to vote and our right to voice our opinion through voting. So it's very crucial right now to get that vote out.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Beck. Again, if there's any way that we can help you, let us know. If you ever want us to come out and do an event that you're at and get some footage or interview people, let us know. We're always down to travel. I know I'm not a candidate and want to go all over New Mexico, but we would love to hang out with you for a day and get to see what you're doing. Yeah, and maybe we can do a remote and everybody can see the actual work hands-on that you're doing in the state of New Mexico.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. We will be right back with Pick Up New Mexico. Thank you for tuning back into Pick Up New Mexico. Our musical guest tonight is a hip-hop, pop, and R&B artist, currently holding the Song of the Year for 2023 at the Native American Music Awards, born right here in New Mexico at OK Wingate. Please welcome G Precious.
Whoa, yeah. Whoa, yeah. You only got one life, better live it right, yeah. You keep on climbing, you keep on striving. You only got one life, better live it right, yeah. You keep on climbing, you keep on striving. People say you only got one life, now's your chance to live it right. Treat others how you wanna be treated. Keep fighting, whether winning or defeated. Your only competition should be yourself. Play every hand, every card dealt. Cards of the same suit can be a royal flush. A broken heart can always learn to love. You need to find that special kind of feeling, whatever it takes to start the healing. We all gotta start somewhere. Stop what you're doing and look in the mirror. Look beyond your simple reflection and make that true connection. Things in life are easier said than done, but the feeling is amazing when you see you've won. You only got one life, better live it right, yeah. You keep on climbing, you keep on striving. You only got one life, better live it right, yeah. You keep on climbing, you keep on striving. Life's boundaries are completely endless. Be sure to push yourself to the limits. Don't let the world get the best of you. Keep doing what you wanna do. People will give advice but won't pay your bills. Try not to get lost in your own fields. With the 2 cents they'll try to bring you down. Pick yourself up and fix your own crown. When you're broke, people won't care. When you're hustling, there'll be nobody there. When you're famous, they know you, they swear. Let them watch you fly high in the air. Those that help you, make sure to pay it forward. Snakes everywhere, keep your grass water. Take a look at how far you've come. Chilling beachside, face to the sun. You only got one life, better live it right, yeah. You keep on climbing, you keep on striving. You only got one life, better live it right, yeah. You keep on climbing, you keep on striving. You only got one life, better live it right, yeah. You keep on climbing, you keep on striving. One life, one life. Macy Gray right here on this one. My heart bursting with love, like rain sent from above. First kiss you never do forget. Butterflies when we first met, and I got love bigger than the sky. Will you stand by my side? And all I want, all I need is to be unforgettable, Lord. All I want, remember me, to be unforgettable.
True love, your wedding day. Surprise for your birthday. Some things you never do forget, like the colors of a sunset. And I got love bigger than the sea. I'm coming up where I wanna be, and I'm here now, but baby, when I leave, will you remember me, oh Lord?
All I want, all I need is to be unforgettable, Lord. All I want, remember me, to be unforgettable. All I want, all I need is to be unforgettable. Remember me, all I dream is to be unforgettable, unforgettable. My life changing with time, like a clock needing to unwind. Memories you never do forget, until you take your last breath. And I'm here now, but baby, when I leave, will you remember me, oh Lord? All I want, all I need is to be unforgettable, Lord. All I want, remember me.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. If you would like to follow, you can follow G Precious on Facebook at Brenda G Precious Atencio. We'll see you on the next episode. Pick up New Mexico. When politics pisses you off, we pick you up.